Hey everyone, welcome to the Keep 'em Healthy podcast. This is your host, Jamie. We are locked in on season 4. This season is going to be full of curiosity, learning, and great conversation. If this show is helpful to you, please share these episodes and follow this podcast on your podcast apps. Thank you so much for listening. Let's get this conversation started. On this episode of the Keep 'em Healthy podcast, we will be talking to Jaclynn Morgan. She is the co-founder and CEO of Healthvice with a brand called WellFed with the mobile app called the WellFed app. And so today in this episode, we are going to be talking about Jaclynn's passion behind trying to create an easy and convenient resource for people who have dietary restrictions or are looking to change their diet and don't know where to start, don't have a resource to know what ingredients are good for them or not. And so this app is available for those people to use in the grocery store. You can scan a barcode. You can create a grocery list for the week. You can look up recipes and you can have ingredients that are alternative for your specific dietary restriction. Jaclynn's main goal is really to obviously make things convenient and easy to use, but also to create meals that are craveable and also whole food. The goal of the WellFed app is to make whole food prep easier so that you can get back in the kitchen, make great meals that your family's going to enjoy, and spend the time that you get back with your family and reconnect at the kitchen table. What I love about this conversation, what I love about this app is that the goal of this app is not to create another way to distract you and pull you away from your family. It's a way to create an easier option so that you have an organized, healthy food prep and daily menu so that you can get back to the kitchen table and get back to enjoying good whole food with the people you love. So without further ado, let's meet Jaclynn. Jaclynn Morgan, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Well, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm excited to hear about the WellFed app and what prompted you to begin this journey and what it means for your clients to use the WellFed app. So let's start. How did we get here?
Wow, that is a good story. I had a friend and him and his partner were both having some health issues. And one of the health issues his partner was having, which was the first thing, is that she would just be unfunctional for about 3-4 days every month. She couldn't leave her bed because of an inflammatory issue. This had to do with endometriosis. And so she's been to several different doctors and she hasn't ever had any relief from the things that they've given her. And I was just out of curiosity, like, hey, has she tried a dietary approach to this? Just it can help alleviate, because there are anti-inflammatory diets and a lot of problems pertaining to different conditions. It has a basis in inflammation, chronic inflammation. And so he's like, well, no, we haven't tried that. So we took the time. I suggested some things. I helped him look it up and he was able to pull together some things. He's like, boy, this was like a process trying to pull together some recipes and source check where I was getting the information, because you can't believe everything that you're getting on the internet, especially when it has something to do with your health. And I was like, yeah, it is. It is kind of tiring. It could be troublesome to try to gather all of that information, but now that you have it, give it a shot. You have to stick to it. And, you can't just do it lightly. You have to be strict and really follow this. And so she gave it a try. Going on after 3 months, going on 4 months, she not only had reduction in pain, but she also lost weight and felt better about herself. But she was barely noticing her cycle coming on, which was an extreme game changer for her. And so I was so happy to hear that she was getting some help with that and that it helped manage that pain, that extreme discomfort that was basically keeping her bedridden. And so he's like, I have some IBS. Let me try this too. So we did the same thing for some IBS issues for him, and it helped him as well. We saw, because of how much time it took to source check, to find different recipes, to search out ingredient alternatives. We saw a niche in the market that was needed someone to be in it. And so we formulated and founded Healthvice. And then we built our brand, we made our brand WellFed, and that is our mobile app today that is available to help make healthier options and choices convenient for the individual as we get to know your dietary profile.
That's awesome. I think that there is a lot of people who get overwhelmed immediately about having dietary changes. So I love that you created an option for people that allows them to have easier access and then vetted access of information that is going to be reliable and helpful for their dietary changes. So tell me a little bit more about the WellFed app and how it is convenient and how it helps people with their weekly groceries and setting them up for success for their food.
Absolutely. So our goal in our app, and we are continuing to develop and add more and more functionalities to make it as convenient as possible so that we are truly the one-stop shop for food accommodation for anybody. So our app, like I said, it's specially trained, our AI is specially trained, and it doesn't power the whole thing, but if someone can go and find a recipe on our app, they can run it through our AI that is there, and it will change the ingredients to fit that person's dietary profile. And so people will immediately see the ingredients that's changed and they can accept it and enjoy it, or they can regenerate it and pick another version of those alterations for the recipe. But we offer variety in recipes for the person, and we offer food calendars so people are able to, if they have a family, they can have a group profile with all of their family members and say, this is another user case for our app, is that sometimes families have individuals in that immediate family unit that have conflicting dietary needs. And sometimes you have two very conflicting dietary needs or three. And so it keeps people from eating together in the kitchen, families. And it also demands a lot of people, they'll make separate meals for different family members. And that could be hard, especially whenever people are busy and don't have a lot of time. So you can have a group family profile with ours and not just an individual one. And it will take everyone's dietary needs and then find recipes that will accommodate everybody and still make sure that it fits flavor preferences for that family. And so it's bringing convenience in that aspect. So people and families can create their meals for the whole week, and they can order the groceries through us. We're partnered with Instacart. So you can order your groceries to have it delivered to your home. Coupons are available to help save money through that application. You can also, if you prefer to shop by yourself, one spouse can text the shopping list to the other spouse that happens to be driving home by the store on the way home. So that makes it easy. We also have a chat option that you can talk to friends and find friends on the application that are also in the application. And we're also we have events that are being implemented as I speak right now, actually, it's where it's showing different food-centric events that are around the country. Let's see, what else can we do? We are implementing, as we speak, the barcode reader for people that want to read ingredients in the things at the grocery store, because I know a lot of people they prefer to buy their food in person, and that's perfectly okay. We make that easy. We're not trying to take away choices from people. We're just trying to give more options that are based in scientific sound fact and make sure that they are informed, but also give them the option to have other convenient ways to save time and money.
This is a lot of information, but really good information. And I want to kind of peel back a little bit because you mentioned a couple of things that I think would speak to a lot of people, especially in this time and age. There is a lot of food allergies. And so there is a lot of restrictions that happen in school or for family gatherings, like Thanksgiving's coming up. And it would be really nice to remember everyone's food sensitivities and what they can and cannot eat, but that's a lot. And especially if you have a family of 30 people, of extended people, it is a little bit more tricky. So I love this group option because then you guys can really just let everybody know this is what we can, this is what we can't eat. And hey, let's try to find something that's going to really make everybody feel excited about the meal.
Absolutely.
And I also wanted to and piggyback off of that in like keeping that, because mealtime and eating together is such an important time for family connection. And it makes people feel good, and it's just a really good part of social health and mental health. And so I wanted to ask you about, there was a quote from one of the articles I read about you that you said, I want to bring people and families back to the kitchen table. I wanted to ask you what that meant to you.
Well, life has gotten busier and making money, things have gotten more expensive. Time is money, and kids are in different sporting or after school events, involved in school or after school, and families get pulled apart really easily nowadays. Sitting home at a specific dinner time every night has gotten more rare. And especially if, you know, people have different eating demands within the same immediate family unit. So, in order to help dive into not just accommodating, families that have different eating options or demands, we want to make it easier for families to eat together at home, saving them time by allowing them the option to order their groceries or to plan ahead in that event so that you could message the kid, will see it on their calendar if they have a phone. Hey, I have lunch, we're having this tonight. Oh, great, I love that meal. And it's just about bringing that connection, because food is an important part of connection across cultures. And whenever life is so busy in America, when we basically live to work instead of, working to live. I want to try to bring more convenience, make it easier for families to eat together by ordering more whole food options, making it easier to make these things at home, and therefore giving that availability to sit down and actually chat again without a screen in front of you. Just have dinner and talk and whatnot, then go back to life. One baby step at a time, bringing families together over food. Because if no matter what, food will always be a strong connecting ingredient in that.
Absolutely. I think making it the mealtime with your family a priority, and maybe it can't happen every week. But like you're talking about, like small steps, maybe start with one night a week that you are prepping a meal that will be exciting for everyone to eat and meet everyone's criteria of their sensitivities and whatnot. But I think it is bringing back that family connection and that time, which takes a lot of effort. In our culture, we got pulled apart in so many different directions with all these activities and working, and then you can work from home, so you can work literally all day and all night if you would like to, at your computer. What happened was the convenient food was the pre-made, ultra processed, put in the oven real fast, freezer frozen food or shelf stable packaged food, and it wind up also making us sick. So now we have less energy, we have less motivation, we don't feel great, and we're spending more time at the doctors or making appointments, and then it just adds to that hamster wheel of just constantly going and not making time for meals. So this is more about investing in meals in this way to make it easy and convenient. Instead of having the ultra processed foods, it's easy and convenient using this app where you can figure out, okay, here's what I'm making this week. Here are the ingredients that are needed. Here's how I can accommodate myself with the dietary needs, and then ordering it very simply.
With the ultra processed foods, these convenience foods, addressing this has to be done through convenience and ease. And we have to make sure people see and learn that healthier is tastier. It's convenience foods, two deciding factors whenever people are choosing on what to eat. They can have a healthier option or a extremely tasty option. But the two things that they really changes or and like impresses on that choice factor is convenience and taste. So if we can make having healthier food, showing ways to prepare it, we'll have a meal prep section here coming up. So it doesn't have to take away a lot of time. You can have the taste that you love because our AI is learning your personal flavor preferences. So they will slightly adjust to make sure that it's catered to just the things that you like. So if we can make it convenient and delicious for them, that's why our slogan's craveable health, because you can enjoy the things that you absolutely crave, and it's not going to be ultra processed convenience foods. You can have healthy, delicious options conveniently. And, there's so many different conditions that are coming out today with cancer, autoimmune diseases. Like you said, the additives that are allowed in our food regulatory system is slowly being affected. And people are becoming more and more aware of the health problems that can come with high concentrations of consuming these foods with these additives in it. And especially if that's something that you're eating consistently, and that builds up and it's not helping your body. And like you said, you're spending at a point that gets to a point where you're spending that extra time in a doctor's office. You're spending that other money you think you saved on medical stuff. And so we're trying to help people understand you can have delicious food that is great for you. And this is really, food is medicine. It really is. It's something that everybody's putting into their body every day. And if you want your body to function properly, it's like good and bad gas. You want to give your body the right tools in order to heal itself like it's built to do and to function and get you to do all those things that you love to do and have that quality of life that you like, instead of trading that for doctor's visits and medical bills later in life. It's something you can easily address, and we're trying to make that convenient for the individual and the family.
What came to my mind was children who wind up with autoimmune and whatnot and have to change their diet. And I think one of the hardest part for the parents having to change the diet for the child is navigating what is appropriate, what's not, what's cross-contaminated, what's not, what does this mean, what does that mean? And so I think that the option of the WellFed app would be really helpful for parents, especially during a time where maybe they're already working, maybe they're taking care of their parents because their parents are older, plus they have children that they're trying to navigate their new autoimmune disease or whatever is going on health-wise for the child, and they have a new diet that they have to follow. And so this is a common case study of families that I know. And so it's sad that the kids are getting sick, but like you said, with food as medicine, is that all the dietary change can literally night and day change your quality of life for your family. And so the option of a quick, easy, available resource, especially with the barcode, I think will be really nice for the parents that are shopping that are still learning and trying to figure out what is gluten-free or what is lactose-free. And, because there's some things like malt that they would not think is gluten, but it is. And so this is a really nice option, and it allows for them to feel empowered and feel like, okay, I can do this because I'm not alone. I have a resource.
Yes, exactly. We want to put that control back into the hands of the individual that has these needs. And it's very important to me and the team and my team, that we're going to bring this convenience, this option to the population, because it really is very much needed for the US. And it's just been a dream of me to always help people on a more mass scale. And I'm honored to be developing this with everything we already have developed. And we're actually right now in collaboration with different other companies we're partnering with to bring these other functionalities, more and more functionalities, to make it easy, convenient, and delicious for the individual. And we have a very specific GLP-1 accommodation factor in that. When it gets to the GLP-1 option, you see the restrictions it goes through, because people that are on GLP-1 can have some pretty significant GI side effects, gastrointestinal side effects, when they're on it and coming off. So in order to address that, it's still putting it in the palm of the individual, like, hey, I'm okay with this, so I'll take out these restrictions, but I'll keep the rest. And that will be adjusted into their profile. But that dietary information, that dietary profile is separated from personally identifying information, with their name, address, anything of that. So we're making sure to keep that security very thick. And because we want our users to feel, there is a distrust around AI, but I will say our AI is specifically trained for food in allergies, conditions, and ingredient alternatives. And we're furthering training on that, but it doesn't reach out for the internet for just any information. It is specifically trained in this. And that's what sets us apart from other AI machine learning. Our machine learning is very specific, and we've had a wonderful relationship with Burton Algorithms that has help train this AI with us, and that is keeping the updates and everything. They are an amazing company with Rome and Scott. But I do want to make sure that I say that security is very important to us, and we separate personally identifying information from dietary profiles, because we don't want people to be afraid that that's connected elsewhere, and then if that's misused somehow, we're taking steps to protect those.
Awesome. I love that. What would be something that you would like to say to all of your future clients out there about the WellFed app and your passion behind it?
I want to say, do not mix this up with recipe apps. We are not a recipe app. We are a all food accommodation app. We are a one-stop shop for people. There are recipe apps out there. There are condition-specific apps out there. There are very siloed applications and apps that people can download. We are the one-stop shop for all that. Instead of having multiple apps, our aim is to provide all of that in one place, kind of like a Target or a Walmart, but very specific for food. If you want to order groceries, find a chef, chat, find a food-centric group, plan an event, send out invitations. If you want to scan a barcode, if you want to check out certain ingredients that fit you, that fit your profile, that it's pointed out, hey, this does not have the additive that will conflict, but this particular brand or ingredient does. We want to be the one-stop. So don't think that WellFed's a recipe app. We are so much more than that. We're here to make it easy, convenient, and you don't have to have multiple sources. And you can trust that we're bringing everything together so that it's very easy and no thinking. You have enough to think about. Everybody has enough to think about. They have lots of things that they have to take care of in their life. And we're just trying to make the accommodation for healthier food options and the flavor that you're looking for conveniently at their fingertips.
Thank you, Jaclynn. That's awesome. And where can we find you and the WellFed app?
We are available on Google Play Store and Apple Store. So You can download us on both, we're Apple friendly and Android friendly. And you're also able to, if you need to go on a website, you can go to wellfedapp.com. But we recommend, because it is designed for a mobile application. So go ahead and download it on your phone, whether it's Android or Apple. But if for some reason you can log in through the internet on wellfedapp.com. But our app is called WellFed.
So listeners, if you are someone who is at this point in their life where you are ready to make dietary changes to start a new journey in your wellness, I would love for you to take a look at the WellFed app and find this place so that you can have an easy and convenient way to make this possible in your day-to-day life. So Jaclynn, thank you so much for coming on the show. And listeners, if you want to find the WellFed app, will be posted under these show notes. So thank you very much, Jaclynn, and thank you, listeners.
Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.